Good morning, everyone. This is State Climatologist Gary McManus with your Mesonet Weather Report. Well, like many of you, I took last week off for spring break only to find out it was summer break. The temperatures have been out of control and now drought is once again as well. Let's take a look at that new drought monitor map. It's not looking pretty at all. We now have a substantial area from southwestern up through central Oklahoma covered in that extreme drought, the red colors, and then that's surrounded by another large area of severe drought. But most of the state is in some form of drought, moderate to extreme. Only far southeast Oklahoma still in those abnormally dry conditions, and that won't last long if we go without rain for much longer. So not a good picture at all for drought across the state as we look at it right now. Again, it's not hard to see why. Let's take a look at the Mesonet's consecutive days with less than a quarter inch of rainfall map. And we can now see most of the state now going from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. But we have that area across western and central Oklahoma getting close to 40 and sometimes 60 days. And out in the panhandle, completely out of control, now going close to 125 days in some cases without a quarter inch of rain in a single day. And that accounts for melted snow as well. So just dire times across much of the state as we go through spring. Now, to go along with what's going to end up as probably the warmest March on record, it's also exceedingly dry. Look at this departure from normal rainfall map for the last 30 days. This does account for some part of the end of February, but by and large, March is below normal across nearly the entire state, about 1 to 2 inches, in some cases more, some cases a little less, but everybody's in deficit except for far northeastern Oklahoma and a few spotty areas across southeastern Oklahoma. Now take a look at the percent of normal rainfall map for that same time frame. It's not looking good at all. The large area of the state, less than 25% of normal. In fact, a lot of those places are less than 10% of normal for the month, at least for the last 30 days. Now again, we do have those surplus areas across southeast Oklahoma and up in northeast Oklahoma. Also far west Oklahoma, one small part right there. But again, this is what's fueling that drought, causing it not only to spread once again, but also to intensify. Let's take a look from space down at the Vegetation Drought Response Index. This looks at the vegetation response to the drought, and we can see this is basically a picture of the winter wheat crop from southwest up through north central Oklahoma. Much of that winter wheat crop is showing moderate to severe drought, at least on this Vegetation Drought Response Index. Well, the $64,000 question, do we have rainfall in the forecast? Yes, maybe later next week. We take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. This accounts for that first week of April by and large. We do see increased odds of above normal precipitation, especially across eastern Oklahoma. But we also have increased odds of above normal temperatures, which won't help the drought situation. The longer we go with those above normal temperatures, that's going to put pressure on the soil moisture and also the vegetation. Finally, let's take a look at the seasonal drought outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This goes from March 19th through June 30th. So what will the drought look like at the end of June? We do see the drought persisting across basically the western 3/4 of the state. Maybe some improvement or removal across the eastern quarter or so, but it does show drought persisting or intensifying across those western areas and central areas of the state. So summer's come early. We definitely need some rainfall, and we need a lot of it, and we need it quick. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.